Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, this must be said, the opinions expressed in this video are my own and should not, under any circumstances, be taken as legal, tax, and or investment advice. Please be sure to always do your own research. This video is about if Tron can make you a millionaire by investing in the cryptocurrency. I'm going to go over a couple of things so that you understand what I am going to say later on in the video, so that it does not come out of context, so that you think that I am completely insane or that I'm just throwing numbers around, so that you get a bit more of a clue to see exactly what I'm saying. So without further ado, let's begin. First up, Tron is right now, more or less, throw away these numbers and let's say that the price of one TRX is around 2 cents. Recently, we've also had news that Tron has launched their virtual machine. This was something that they spoke about for quite some time. It was something that a lot of people were waiting for. It says the Tron virtual machine, or the TVM, is a lightweight, Turing-complete virtual machine developed for the Tron ecosystem. Its goal is to provide millions of global developers with a custom-built blockchain system that is efficient, convenient, stable, secure, and scalable. Scalable being the most important things. In the cryptocurrency space right now, you need to prove that your project is not only secure and safe, but you also have to show that it is scalable, i.e. if you want millions of people around the world to start using your blockchain and or using your system, you need to show that you are not doing or transacting around 3 to 5 transactions per second, but that you can hit the magic number of anywhere between 17,000 and 50,000 per second, because these are the numbers that Visa and MasterCard hit themselves. So this is incredibly important that this has recently launched, at least at the time of me making this video. On top of that as well is the news of the recent acquisition of Tron, or the Tron team, of something called BitTorrent, where pretty much it's a platform where you are able to download things that you might need or might want to look at or watch or listen to, and you do it through BitTorrent. We had news a couple of weeks ago that they had actually paid, if I'm not mistaken, I believe $130 million in order to acquire BitTorrent. People were confused as to why they were doing this, and it turns out what it appears to be is that, as this is a peer-to-peer file sharing platform, the news that we have from the Tron team is that if you are sharing on this platform, you will then be you will be paid in Tron, and this is something very significant because the people who are seeders, the people who are giving the torrent to other people that they are then able to download, it is said, or so the story goes, that those who are seeders will be paid in Tron, and those who keep their computer on long enough for other people to be able to access the platform through their system, i.e. taking what they have and being able to spread it around and through the platform, will also be paid in Tron. This is kind of what caused me to perk up a little bit, because people were very confused as to why would a cryptocurrency company, and more so Tron was for a while touted as a video game platform, and rather a gaming platform, and people could not understand why this was happening. If this does end up working out as they say that it is going to, and more or less if it actually is successful, that is probably the more important part, this could cause not only the value of Tron to skyrocket, but also have Tron be a bit of an underground as well as mainstream thing, because people will they'll get to know Tron as more of an everyday platform that they're using. And one of the main things, when you are doing things like this, you have to make sure that people are incentivized to use your coin. And if you can incentivize them to do something else and still receive your coin, and also paying people back and forth through your token, that is something quite significant. So let's move on. When it comes to, so Tron has had a very interesting past. Tron is not the oldest cryptocurrency that we have right now. It is one of the younger, newer ones that we have floating around that has claimed that they are better than Ethereum. But to be fair, many other cryptocurrency projects have also claimed the exact same thing. When it comes to Tron's partnerships, a lot of them have not actually been partnerships, but they have been acceptance, i.e. Over the last couple of months, let's say 6, 7, 8 months, the Tron team has constantly come forward and said that they are partnered with this one, or this one, or that one. And when you look deeper into the news, these are not actual partnerships, but the platform has announced that they are going to be accepting Tron as a payment method, which is, to be fair, still incredibly significant, especially as Tron, like I said, is not the oldest cryptocurrency that we have right now. The numbers are completely insane. I thought about having more of the tabs inside of here to show you guys all of the other things, all the other things that they have partnered with, or rather the people they are being accepted by. It is significant in that if the platform does end up taking off and crypto as a whole ends up taking off and they already accepted as a payment method through all of these other systems, this once again will then also help to create liquidity and also for the platform to become known. But this in itself isn't one of the most important things. Simply, it's great. You need to show, how do I say this? In crypto right now, a lot of people say that being accepted as a payment method is a use case. It's not, because every other coin can also be accepted as a use case. What you need is to show that your platform does something different than other platforms, or that there is an actual use case within your platform. And this is why the BitTorrent bit of news was extremely significant in the idea that Tron would then be used as an everyday payment method for other things that are happening within the Tron network, as Tron is meant to be integrated into BitTorrent. This is where we get a little bit more interesting. And like I said, you have to hang on to understand exactly what I'm going to say at the very end, because otherwise it's just going to sound completely insane. On top of all of this is news, and I said this many times before about the Tron platform. Tron is announcing, or has announced, that they are going to start launching blockchain games on their platforms, not even just for TRX or Tron token holders, but for other people as well to play, obviously. And this is what I think is going to be one of the most significant use cases that Tron could potentially have, especially if their platform is as quick and as scalable and as everything else as they say that every other platform isn't. When you can prove that your platform is quick enough to be able to go faster than the Ethereum blockchain or any other blockchain that you're also trying to fight against, this is very significant. But one of the things that I think, me myself, that is going to propel cryptocurrency forward is the introduction of gaming, and also for apps or dApps, decentralized applications on top of platforms that people are going to be using on an everyday basis. If you take out your smartphone at any given time of the day, you are probably using an app. And if you can create an app or a video game or a game that's on top of an app, whatever it may be, that uses the Tron token, this is going to be incredibly significant for the price of the coin, because if people are using your token on a daily basis, even if Tron were to stay at 2 cents, which I'm going to get to a bit later, people are using the Tron token on an everyday basis to win money through these coins, or they have a Tron casino, whatever the case might be. This is causing an enormous amount of movement within the network, which increases liquidity and also subsequently increases the price of the actual token itself. On top of all this, we have news that a company called BitGuild is working on a video game with Tron called Magic Academy. It says the world's first idle blockchain game based on Tron. BitGuild, this is their actual website. Not the entire purpose, but I went through it to figure out exactly what it was. And it turns out, as the idea is that if you have a video game that you love very much and you have been playing it for quite some time, and the character that is playing in that video game has a sword or some type of armor or a shield that you really like a lot, but you get really frustrated when you have to end that game and you no longer have access to that when you start your next game, is that they want to make sure that you can take that item and then move it over to another platform that you are actually also using on with them as well. Therefore, if you like that sword in that game, you can take it with you and move it to another game entirely. I'm not going to get into exactly what BitGuild is, but the point is that they are building something with Tron, or something is being built on top of them through the Tron network called Magic Academy. If you search through BitGuild, it seems like it's a bit new or newer than a couple of other things. And I don't even see the actual Tron game on here, but I assume because of the announcement that they are, what have you, it will be on here eventually. This is kind of what really got me, because like I said before, it's great that you are able to be a payment method on a number of different websites. A lot of their partnerships, or rather the people who are accepting them as a payment method, have had negative consequences on the Tron price. And that's because they were hyped up to be something that they actually weren't, because like I said, A partnership is not when someone is accepting your coin, but an actual use case for your coin and your token and your platform is when you have things built on top of them, especially if other people are using them during an everyday basis. So here's where it kind of gets a bit more interesting. Depending on where you look or who you talk to or where you get your information from, a lot of people are trying to speculate right now on exactly how large the cryptocurrency market is going to be. We have current estimates right now, this day, that within the next year and a half, 2 years, give or take 24 months, somewhere floating around there, that the cryptocurrency market, when we do eventually have our next bull run, that crypto could be sitting anywhere between a 1 to 2.5 to potentially a 3 trillion with a T dollar market cap as a whole. And over the next couple of years, it is believed that we could also see a $40 trillion market cap should crypto take off as it's expected to do. On that same exact note, we also have the idea, Tim Draper is one of the largest crypto bulls, if you will, in the entire world. Many people have also echoed this, but this is the thing that I have open right now. It says that within the next 15 years, we could have a cryptocurrency market cap as a whole hitting around 80 trillion once again with a T dollars. Like I said, this was going to make sense once I got into all of this. This is the numbers that I have compiled are in a world where we are sitting on a multi-trillion-dollar market cap. A lot of other videos that I've made, a lot of people did not understand that, so I thought I would take the chance to clarify it simply because I have given, or rather, made videos like this before with information that is kind of similar to it, and people did not understand that my numbers were coming from a world where crypto has exploded and crypto is extremely mainstream and people are using it on an everyday basis, and we have passed a multi-trillion-dollar market cap. Like I said, the numbers will make a bit more sense as I go through it, because I could not have told you guys the numbers without you understanding exactly what I meant. And also what Tron has been up to, because this is incredibly important. Because if your coin or platform has not been up to anything, it has not been updating, it has not really done anything the last year, this is usually a huge indication that your coin is probably going to go nowhere. So as Tron make sure that they are consistently in the news, whether it be by online forums or Reddit or news or even Twitter, they have made sure that their presence is at least known. So here we go. Tron is currently sitting at, like I said, knock out these numbers and let's say around 2 cents. With Tron being at 2 cents, if you put in at the moment $500, you would come out with around 25,000 TRX tokens. Let's say Tron ends up hitting $1 from where it is right now. That would mean you would obviously have $25,000. If Tron in the future at some point were to hit $10 per coin, you would have $250,000 from your initial $500 that you ended up putting into the system. But then again, this also leads us to a world where the market cap of Tron is sitting around $650 billion with a B, but still stick with me. $1,000 into Tron right now at this moment at 2 cents per Tron would get you 50,000 Tron or TRX tokens. If it's valued at $1, you would have $50,000. If it is valued at $10 per Tron in a world where we have a 40 to potentially $80 trillion crypto market cap, this leaves you with $500,000 from your original $1,000 investment. Pulling it back a tiny bit, little tiny bit, let's say we even have a $5 Tron. This gets us a $300 more or less billion market cap, which, to be honest, is completely believable in the next 3 to 5 years. Should the market cap should the entire crypto market completely skyrocket from where it is now, and Tron and other cryptocurrency projects end up getting mainstream and wide scale adoption, especially if, let's say, in the future, Tron ends up having not only its own apps and dApps, but also, let's say, around 300 video games built on it over the course of the next 3 to 5 years. It is entirely possible to believe that with a multi-trillion-dollar market cap that we could have a $5 Tron at some point. Not to say that that is going to happen today, which I said before, a lot of people think that when I say these things, that I mean that this is going to happen tomorrow. This is depending on how you look at the market, 3 to 5 years is long-term to some people. So let's say that that is the long-term outlook for it. If you were to put $4,000 US into Tron at this very moment, you would have around 200,000 TRX tokens. $5 per Tron token would get you $1 million. If you are a bit impatient and you think that based on the past of where Tron was before, Tron, if I'm not mistaken, hit around, if I can hit it, 25 cents. There we go. If you believe that at some point Tron will definitely 4 times from the previous 25 cent where we were before, which once again is completely believable, as when this spike happened, Tron was relatively new. This was based on market hype. And should we have something similar to this as far as price explosions and also actual usage of the Tron platform, $20,000 put into Tron right now would get you 1 million TRX tokens, which means if Tron should 4 times from this 25 cents and end up hitting $1, you would have made $1 million from your initial $20,000 that you put in when Tron was at 2 cents. I am, in my opinion, once again, these are all numbers. Math does not lie, so you can do the math yourself. What it comes down to is that I think, regardless of what Tron has done or has been in the past, no matter how much hype may have been driven around the project, it seems to me that should actual usage continue on the platform and more people actually not only end up using it, but if more stuff is actually built on top of it, if the Tron virtual machine is actually everything that they say that it could be, I personally don't see a reason why Tron couldn't hit $1 even within some time around 2019, especially if we once again have a dramatic bull market. This leads me to believe that even then, this is why I said a 3 to 5 year period. I don't see it out of the realm of possibility of Tron being around a $300 billion market cap and hitting a $5 Tron. I know it seems a bit unorthodox, especially with the price sitting at 2 cents right now. But like I said before, we hit 25 cents before. It's all but believable that a 4 times is definitely possible. And it's a matter of, I think, from the $1 mark, it comes down to actual hyper usage of the network. And especially if BitTorrent is going to be used on a daily basis, and especially people are going to be paid out in Tron, more dApps are being created on top of Tron, and also even if Tron is actually used as a payment method with the other people who are actually accepting them as a coin, that is also going to be something very big. But my main focus for Tron, at least right now, what they seem to be flowing into is what I think they should be flowing into, what I think they would be the most successful, comes down to gaming and dApps. But yeah, these are the numbers. So on a logical part, yes, it is completely possible. If you especially have $20,000 and Tron ends up hitting $1, you will then make $1 million US. For other ones, it may take a bit longer. I mean, like I said before in other videos, not everyone has, $20,000 to slosh around everywhere. But even if you put in the $500, and Tron ends up hitting $10, you still made $250,000. That's not too bad. Because there's such a high circulating supply, Tron actually has to be used. And I mean like actual proper usage on their market. And I definitely think $1 is not out of the realm of questions. It's possible. I definitely think it's possible. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, and or evening. Wherever you are, wherever you might be, let me know what you think. Do you think Tron will ever pass by 25 cents? Do you think Tron can pass by $1? I've heard some skeptical groans as I was making this video from you guys when I mentioned a $5 Tron. I know it seems unbelievable, but we also had a moment where Bitcoin was also 10 cents, and not many people ever believed that Bitcoin was going to hit $20,000 a coin. Thank you once again for watching and or listening, and I'll talk to you all soon. See you.